welcome back to my channel. So today guys, as you can see on the title, I will be sharing to you how much I spent in Taiwan. So I went to Taiwan guys last week of May. So yeah, if you're planning to traveling to Taiwan, please do watch this video so you can estimate the average expenses that you will be spending during your trip. So let's start. First and foremost, of course, airfare. A little backstory, guys. During this time, I was in Manila. I was in Manila for a week, and it's for work. During my last day, so I already have a scheduled flight going to Iloilo, and then on the last day, I said I really want to go somewhere. I don't want to go home, so I looked for the cheapest flight. Usually I book my flight, guys, in skyscanner.com. It will give you the cheapest flight from cheapest to the most expensive flights. So I usually book my flight in there. Like there's an app for that. It's called Skyscanner. But if you don't want to install the app itself, you can also just browse it in the internet, skyscanner.com. So there. And then I found out that Taiwan has the cheapest flight during that time. And then I booked it immediately. So I booked the flight for 10,000 pesos, guys. It's already a return ticket from Manila to Taiwan, Taiwan to Manila, and then of course Manila to Iloilo. So I have to book another flight from Manila to Iloilo because obviously my original flight going home, I cannot reschedule it because I was so decided to go like few hours before my scheduled flight to Taiwan, like on that last day itself. So there, it was for 10,000 pesos, guys. And usually if it's not like on the dot booking, like if you book it like few months before your scheduled flight or a few weeks before your scheduled flight, it's actually cheaper. The last time that I went to Taiwan, I booked it for only 8,000 pesos, 8 to 9,000 pesos, and that's already from Iloilo to Manila, Manila to Taiwan or Taipei, Taipei to Manila, Manila to Iloilo. So it's already like a return ticket for like 8,000 pesos. It's so cheap, right? It's additional 2,000 because again I booked it the day before my flight. So there, I'm originally from Iloilo, so there's no direct flight from here. I really have to go to Manila first and then Manila to other countries na. Well, before pandemic, Cebu Pacific has actually a direct flight from here, from Iloilo to Singapore and then to Hong Kong, but it was stopped during the pandemic. And again they'll reopen it. I think October. I forgot the exact date, but yeah, it's actually a good news to those who wants to travel because it would be cheaper and of course more convenient if it's a direct flight, no hassle, compared to connecting flight from Iloilo to Manila and then Manila to other countries. So there. That's the first one, 10,000 pesos. But again, guys, if you wanna plan your travel, booked it ahead. That's why, so that you can like less 2,000 or less 1,000. That's that money you can just add that to other expenses. So there. Second is of course accommodation or my hotel. Guys, I'm a solo traveler, so usually I would always choose the cheapest accommodation, but of course safe. That's why before I book an accommodation, I would always like make time to read through the reviews of other travelers who stayed in that hotel. So on this trip, guys, I chose cheap hostel, but I really like this hostel, guys. It's in It's near Taipei main station. I really like this hostel, guys, because it's very accessible. It's like 5 to 10 minute walk from Taipei main station. So it's only I only paid 2,843. That's already for 2 nights, because again it was just a short trip, right? So it's around 1,400 pesos per night. And again, I really like this hostel because it's safe. At the same time, my arrival time, guys, was like early, super early, around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. I actually just walked from Taipei main station to that hostel. I used the maps, of course, the most reliable maps. It's always with me whenever I travel, so I just use it, and then I arrived to that hostel. It's open 24 hours. So I just walk in, and the Wi-Fi password is showing it's available like at the table. So I connected to the Wi-Fi, and yeah, it was good. It was peaceful. I was alone the whole time, like from 2 to 5 in the morning. And then yeah, I stayed for a little bit before roaming around, before, because my check-in time, or the check-in time, even whenever you go, no, the check-in time is usually 2 p.m. So this hostel is not, they're not allowing early check-in even if you'll pay for it. But I think during this time they were fully booked, that's why they cannot allow early check-in. So there, that's it. Third is, of course, travel tax. To some of you guys who are not familiar with travel tax, it's obviously a tax that you pay to the government whenever you travel outside of the country. So every time you travel, no, you really have to pay for it. For example, if in a month you'll travel to 4 different countries, so you'll have to pay 4 times, and it's 1,620 pesos. I'm not sure if you can get discount, guys, for senior citizens or PWD people. I'm not sure. You can ask for it, or you can Google it. But yeah, and then there's 2 ways to pay for this, guys. Through online, whenever you book your ticket, there's an option if you want to pay the travel tax or not. But for me, guys, I usually pay it in the airport. If I'm traveling from Iloilo, then I pay it at Iloilo International Airport. Or during this time, I was in Manila, so I paid in NAIA, of course. You cannot board, guys. You cannot go to your boarding gate if you haven't paid this. You cannot check in. So before going to the check-in counters, you have to pay for this. There's like a designated area where to pay for the travel tax, and you can pay if you don't have cash during that time. You can pay using your cards, credit card or debit cards, or GCash. So there. Next is I booked a tour through Klook this time, but during my first time in Taiwan, guys, it was a DIY travel. I did not book anything because Taiwan is just a small city, so you can ride in an MRT and discover a lot of places. But this time around, because it was just for a short trip, so I said I want to be comfortable, because I really want to discover Jufen this time, because the first time around I did not go there. So I said, okay, I will book a tour, and it was 1,500 pesos, guys. So it was a half-day tour to Shifen and Jufen streets, right? I am really recommending these 2 places, guys, if you want to travel to Taiwan to experience different set of activities, like in Shifen, Sky Lantern. I did that when I was there the first time around, as what I said. And then in Jufen Street, it's a long streets full of shops, restaurants. So when I was there, you can also see that in my previous vlog, guys. When I was there, there's a lot of free foods, free tastes. So I tasted a lot of teas, a lot of desserts. It was really a nice experience. Next is eSIM. I bought an eSIM through Klook. It was only for 300 pesos, guys. That's for 3 days already, so it's like 100 pesos per day. So it's not that bad, right? Every time I travel, guys, I would always choose eSIM, buy it through Klook than buying the actual SIM from the airports, because it's cheaper. At the same time, it's actually reliable. Like, in all of my travels, I bought eSIM, right? I did not encounter any issues yet when it comes to connectivity or internet speed. All good naman. So I would always choose eSIM. Less hassle also, because if you'll buy an actual SIM in the airports, when you arrive, like upon arrival, it would take time. Like, you have to look for the booth where you can get that actual eSIM. So it's hassle. But if you'll buy an eSIM, you can buy it before your travel date. Just activate it when you're there already. So very convenient. Next and last, of course, my allowance when I was there, my foods, and everything that I buy, So during this time, I did not shop, because when I was there the first time around, I bought some things already. So during this time, my main goal is to really like eat a lot of foods. So my allowance was 5,000 pesos, and I used it all up in that 3 days. It was actually not 3 days, not 3 full days, eh. So I spent 5,000 pesos. Guys, Taiwan is not that expensive compared to other countries, like compared to Singapore, Thailand, Hong Kong, of course. It's not that expensive. So yeah, 5,000, it was enough, more than enough already, for me, so there. Overall, guys, I spent 23,000 pesos. That's everything na. From airfare, travel tax, hotel, food, eSIM, even tour. So if I did not buy the tour package, it's like lower than that. But yeah, if I buy something, guys, like if I went shopping, of course it's gonna be expensive. But since I did not buy anything, so it was just 23,000 pesos. There you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and see you on my next video. For sure, I will be uploading videos and sharing my experiences when I went to Hong Kong and Macau. Those two are really great countries, so watch out for that. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you on my next one. Bye!